Dr. Mel, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Mel's Message. I have an exciting interview for you today with an author that wrote a book called Sin and Redemption, The Pink Elephant Connection. His name is James E. McCarthy, and I can't wait for you not only to find out about him, what makes him successful, and maybe even some of the problems that he had publishing, and maybe a few thank yous along the way. So welcome, James. How are you?
Uh, Thank you, Dr. Mel. I'm perfect. I'm fine. And it's a pleasure to be on your show.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you. Now, for just a minute, tell me what Sin and Redemption, the Pink Elephant Connection is about.
Sin and Redemption is about my past life as a former international heroin smuggler with members of the China Mafia. And what we did was we smuggled heroin all over the world, from Amsterdam, Burma, Laos, Thailand, Germany, and all over the world to get it to its public.
Wow, that sounds not only dangerous, but an incredible story. So before we begin, I want to show everybody the book trailer, and then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of who is James E. McCarthy. So sit back and hold tight.
Can you tell me about the events leading up to this?
Yes, Your Honor. It all started back when my father was murdered. You didn't order any pizza? Your Honor, I barely survived a plane being shot at.
And then there was the day I was caught.
Police, stay right there. Don't move. We know you got drugs.
What'd I do?
Put your hand, drop the pack, put your hands behind your back. Don't move. Stay right there. Do not move.
I served my time, Your Honor. But here we are now. Just looking for a second chance.
Wow, I must say that is super compelling.
Thank you, Dr. Mel.
I mean, I can't even fathom. Is this a real story?
It's a true story, Dr. Mel. When I got busted at the airport, I was facing 45 years imprisonment, federal prison. The judge gave me 9 years of time to be served in federal prison. I served 2.5 years in federal prison, and at FCI Federal Correction Institute in Tallahassee, Florida. While I was there, I went to college. I enrolled in college. I was smart enough to clip the first year of college, and I physically participated in the second year of college while incarcerated at Tallahassee Community College, receiving my AA degree in clinical psychology. Because of that, the parole board granted me an early parole, which I wasn't supposed to get. I was supposed to do a third of my time as a regular adult sentence. But they was gracious enough to allow me the opportunity to get out because of my accomplishments. But that was providing I continued to further my education once I got out. So I did get out immediately, and I did enroll in college at the University of Central Florida, where I continued my studies and received the BA degree in clinical psychology. And it was because of that the state of Florida Governor Bob Graham granted me a state pardon because I graduated from the University of Central Florida. So I like to give big kudos to Governor Bob Graham. I also like to give big kudos to Chief Judge Belvin Perry, who assisted me in applying in becoming a certified process server. Well, actually, it was a special process server. And I also have that picture here in the book.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So that's a special process server with Orange County, Osceola County. And he also assisted me in becoming a certified process server with Seminole County.
Now, what is a process server?
A process server is an individual who serves subpoenas and summonses for the court. So I had the opportunity to work with Hernan Castro, who's the head attorney for children and family, for approximately 15 years, serving all of the child support summonses on deadbeat dads to get them to owe up to their responsibility in paying child support.
Your story is absolutely fascinating. When you look at it, sin and redemption, I mean, you own up to the fact that you were drug trafficking.
I did.
And the redemption part is very encouraging because a lot of people that go to prison don't come out with your attitude or gumption. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. But my redemption part went even a little further.
Okay, let's hear about it.
With the help of Harvey Morris, I'm sorry, that was Ed Du Bois, owner of the PI agency Investigators, Inc. out of Miami, Florida. He allowed me to work with his PI agency from 1980 to the present, to work so that I would be able to work for more than one attorney. Because once the attorneys saw my story, they all wanted to hire me to work with them. So I was taught how to be a lawyer's investigator, a private investigator, as well as a certified and special process server. So big kudos to the Morgan & Morgan law firm and to Stephen W. Igu. Ed Du Bois was his brother-in-law. Stephen W. Igu, he was the attorney who allowed me to work with him for 20 plus years as his lawyer's investigator. So I owe all of those gentlemen a debt of gratitude. And with the help of Judge Perry, I was able to get all my rights restored to possess a firearm on both state and federal level, as well as to obtain the right to vote, which I have those documents in my book as well. PI license, weapons permit, and voter's registration card. So,
Well, that's a big accomplishment in itself,
yes,
because that's not easy to come by. I've done a documentary on death row inmates
yes,
before, and when I say death row inmates, they were all exonerated due to DNA evidence.
wow,
And I've listened to their stories and the struggle and the stigma that gets attached to you when you do go to prison.
yeah.
But it almost seems like the opposite for you because you applied yourself. Is that fair assessment?
I would say that is a very fair assessment, but it wasn't without setbacks.
Okay, let's talk about the struggles here.
I like to give kudos to President Barack Obama, who sent me a postcard of thanks for receiving a copy of my book. And I also would like to give a partial thanks to Donald Trump for doing the same. And those postcards I have posted in my book as well. This is Barack Obama at the top,
Mhm.
this is Donald Trump at the bottom. But I like to curse the name Donald Trump because he knifed me in the back. Out of all the progress that I did, receiving a pardon from the state of Florida, graduating from college, having the rights to restore to possess a firearm on both state and federal level, having my restoration of civil rights done. This was the pardon from the state of Florida. President Trump denied my request for a presidential pardon. And I was devastated when I received the letter. I just so happened to have the book in my hand, my book in my hand when I was reading his letter of denial, which I published in the book as well. And I had a glass coffee table in front of me. And before I knew it, I saw red. And I took that book and I rammed it on the glass coffee table, shattering it into 1,000 pieces. I was so devastated because I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be all I could be. And that presidential pardon hindered me from doing that. And it broke my heart.
Wow. Did he say why he denied it?
That's the bad part. He didn't even have the decency to give me a reason why. Was it because I was Black? Was it because it was China? Was it because it was this amount of drugs involved?
That was a lot of drugs. All that was in your suitcase?
That was not in my suitcase, but that was supposed to be in the shipment that I was expecting to receive when I went out to the airport to meet the courier. But I redeemed myself.
Yeah, you did.
I achieved all the goals that were set before me. So why was I denied that pardon? I never knew why.
Have you thought about contacting President Biden?
I have, but I'm 70 years old, and I wonder, and I just, deep inside, I almost want to say I don't give a damn. But at the same time, I want to inspire others to achieve what I've achieved, who's been in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm seriously considering sending another pardon request to President Biden. I may do it before the year is over.
Now, how old were you when you were arrested?
When I was arrested, I was approximately 26 years old.
All right. So this has been almost 50 years.
It has.
And you've had 50 years of clean living, no
Clean
crime,
living,
as
no crime.
right, as a substantial participating member of our society.
Yes, I joined the JCs. I joined Youth Programs Incorporated, did a Big Brother program, everything necessary to prove that I was okay and totally rehabilitated. Nothing, no trouble, no trouble, clean slate.
Wow. Now, first of all, the more I'm getting to know about you and your book, you're just an incredible role model in a way for a lot of the youth today that are getting in trouble and give up, that you can make something of your life. And your trailer for your book that was done by Strat Advertising is incredible. I mean, I really thought I was looking at a film trailer, and I think this has all the makings of a film. So kudos to you there, and kudos to Strat Advertising for how well they displayed your book. I mean, it's just incredible. I do want to ask though,
Yes.
what is the Pink Elephant Connection?
The Pink Elephant Connection, what that is pink heroin is the most deadliest heroin in the world. It comes 98% pure, and it's controlled by the China mafia. The seal that's on the book, which is the elephant seal, in Chinese it says pink elephant, a prehistoric mammoth used to symbolize the strength and potency of the drug, because pink heroin can be cut 15 times before it's ready for the street. In other words, you can take an ounce and cut it 15 times and you have 15 ounces, and then put it on the street for it to be cut even more to make even more money. But that's what Pink Elephant is. It's pure pink heroin, the world's most potent and deadliest drug that's out there.
Did you ever do the heroin, or were you just the?
I did not. The rules were sell the drug, smuggle the drug, move the drug, but you were forbidden to use it.
But you were forbidden to use it.
Forbidden to use it.
Well, in a way, that's a hidden blessing, you know? I mean, that you weren't using that. And I'm beginning to understand why you received the Pinnacle Book Achievement Award, because this is just an incredible, incredible story.
Thank you.
I mean,
in the book, I have all the different smuggling techniques that we employ to move the drug from one part of the world to the other. I just wonder, why is it so hard to get the attention of the Hollywood or the book world, so that I can land a sufficient enough contract for the world to find out about my story? So maybe being on your show would be the first step in launching this project. But I've worked so hard. I wrote the book myself. It took me 20 years to rewrite this book. I never gave up. As a full-time job, I'm a tax practitioner and tax consultant. I have my own business from home, which is called Tax Consultant Services. And I have 2,000 plus tax clients who come to my house to get their taxes done. So during my off time, in the wee hours, I wrote this book, and I published it myself because I couldn't get a company or even an agent to even give me a shot at getting my story told. But I never gave up. I did it myself.
well, that's another, that's some of the things I do like to talk with authors. There's struggles of getting publication. How did you get published? And
Self-published.
you self-published.
Self-published.
And what difficult challenges did you face there, even self-publishing?
For me, there was no real difficult challenges because I have such a good job and I make such a tremendous income. I was able to afford the cost to self-publish, but
Okay.
that's not the case for every.
No, it's really not the case for everybody. You're right.
Right.
What advice would you have for new authors that have a story like yours?
Never give up. You're going to be told thousands of times, no, no, no. You're going to get 1,000 rejections or more, but you cannot give up. If you believe in yourself and you believe in your story, if you have to do it your damn self, do it. It'll never be said that I didn't go down trying. That's my motto.
I agree with that 100%. And for those of you that may just catching the end of this or just starting, I really recommend you start over, because I am speaking with James E. McCarthy, and his book, Sin and Redemption, The Pink Elephant Connection, is just incredible. His story is incredible about how he overcome serious obstacles in his life as a heroin drug smuggler to an outstanding citizen of today. I highly recommend this book. And I also want to thank Strat Advertising for bringing you to me, because you're one of the most fascinating authors I've really have spent time with. It's incredible. Is there anything else that you would like to say to my listening audience that's going to be listening to this?
Yes. We didn't touch on the part of the book, which is the beginning of the story, where my father was killed or hit by professional mobsters over a gambling debt.
That's what was in the trailer that Strat Advertising did, right?
That's what was in the trailer.
Okay.
That was what motivated me to that's how I ended up getting involved in drugs in the first place, trying to avenge my father's death, but wanting to do it myself, needing to learn how to kill so I can go after the hitman that killed my father. So I volunteered for the US Army during the Vietnam era to go kill. Instead of sending me to Vietnam, they obviously thought this guy must be crazy volunteering for Vietnam when everybody else is ducking to Canada. So they sent me to Germany instead, which is where I ran into my platoon sergeant, who's one of the biggest heroin controllers and distributors in all of Europe while serving in the military.
Wow. That's eye-opening.
Right.
Now, when your father was been literally executed,
Yes.
how old were you?
I was about 6 years old.
And that's something that has got to have left, even to this day, a lasting impression on you, having seen that.
It did. It did. And it was really something to overcome. But I was able to get my revenge. While I was serving time in federal prison, his killer and I ended up serving time together.
Wow.
Yes. And the killer attempted, once he found out that I was there and I was my father's son, he made every attempt in the world to try to escape, which I found out about his plan and alerted the guards on the morning that he attempted to escape. And when they spotted him on top of the fence trying to go over, they shot him down.
Oh, wow.
So I got my revenge.
You don't feel scared that somebody else is going to come after you?
The China Mafia could possibly come after me for revealing their trade secret, showing
Right.
seal, their trademark that they use on every kilo of heroin exported worldwide. My father's killers, well, I'm 70 years old.
Right.
They're dead and gone, so I'm not worried about them.
Okay, they're dead and gone. There you go.
Dead and gone.
All right.
The only people I could possibly have to worry about is members of the mob that I used to work for and with, for revealing trade secrets in the book.
Right.
But it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay, I can't wait to get a hold of this book and read it all the way through. It's just incredible, and you are really fascinating. And promise me that if you do contact President Biden for the pardon,
Yeah,
get a hold of Strat Advertising, get back on my program again, because I want to know and follow through on your incredible story.
you got it.
All right.
That's a date.
That's a date. All right. So let me know. And good grief. If y'all want to find out more information, not only about James's book, but his life, he has a fabulous website. It's his name, jamesmccarthy.com. And that's JamesEMCCarthy.com. Again, James, thank you so much for being on Dr. Mels Message today. It has just been enlightening. How's that?
That's perfect. And also the book can be found in every bookstore, Amazon.com, Books A Million, everywhere. Hardcover, paperback, ebook, it's out there.
It's out there. And I think this is a story that needs to be read and told.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you so much, James.
It was a pleasure.